thought today we would go over how I make curried chicken. I use my little air quotes there because this is definitely not the way my mom makes it. My mom makes the best curried chicken you have ever had. And I don't care if your mom makes it, my mom's is best. The only problem is whenever I make it the way she makes it, it's just not the same. I can't do it. I don't know. So I came up with a way to make it myself that, well, first of all, is lazy, because I love lazy cooking. If I can put something in the oven, put something in a crock pot, put something in a rice cooker, and let it go, that's the way to go. So this is going to be roasted chicken thighs. And this actually, you can adapt this recipe to pretty much any type of spice that you want to do. I've done this with Italian herbs for an Italian chicken that I've served with pasta and veggies and that sort of thing. And that was actually the first way that I made this, was for an Italian type recipe. And then I thought, I wonder if I could do this with curry, because I can't get my mom's curried chicken down. And my husband and I had this, and he said, I think this just might be better than your mom's curried chicken. Yes! So take that, Mom. Alright, so what we do is you've got 1.5 pounds-ish, a package of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You're going to let them sit out for about 45 minutes. After that 45 minutes is up, I mean, I guess depending on how long it takes your oven to preheat, but after that 45 minutes is up and you're about to do your stuff with it, go ahead and get your oven preheating for 375 degrees. Now, I'm going to do something that's going to horrify some of you, but you don't need to wash your chicken. Please, please don't put a whole bunch of salmonella stuff in the comments and berate me for not washing my food. Go to Food Network. They've got articles on, you know, why you don't need to wash this. If it's cooked properly, you're good. Plus, when you take it to the sink and you've got the running water and you rinse it off that way, you're actually spreading salmonella all over your kitchen, because as the water hits it, it's splattering everywhere. So this is actually safer. Plus, it's going to be completely cooked, so no problems. However, if you want to wash your chicken, go for it. Up until about a year ago, I was thoroughly washing my chicken. So we've survived the last year with me not washing the chicken, so it must be all right. You'll want a casserole dish. I don't know exactly what size this is, like maybe 8 by something. It might be a 9 by 13. That's about just the right size for chicken thighs, because you want to make sure that there's space in between each thigh. You don't want them touching, so that they'll cook a little bit better, so the heat is distributed more evenly. So I've got my little spice bowl here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some oil. For the curried chicken, I like to use just regular old, like, canola oil, vegetable oil, that sort of thing. For the Italian style chicken that I had mentioned earlier, I used olive oil. So whatever oil you like, go ahead and use. Now this is really scientific, as it were. I have no measurements here. I eyeball it. So I'm going to pour in about as much oil as I think I need. A couple of tablespoons. You'll get the hang of it as you do this. It's not really the end of the world if you use too much or too little. No problem. Now, this is how we deal with curry in my house. Yes, we will use all of this curry. I would eat curry on a daily basis if I could. That being said, I don't recommend you put as much curry in as I'm about to put in. I have a very serious love affair with curry. You might want to use 1.5. I'm using just a regular serving spoon. It's obviously overflowing with curry. I'm going to go 3. Because I seriously love curry. Alright, and then I'm just going to mix that all together. I don't think there's anything better in the world than curry. Oops. I am going to add some salt. because it needs a little bit of salt for flavor. And I know this looks bad, but it really isn't that bad. It's not a heaping spoon or anything like that. And it's going over a lot of meat, so should be good. Okay, so then I'm just going to mix this all together. I do believe I hear the Quickie Mart in the background, so that's a little, that's kind of appropriate for this, I suppose. All right, so once you've got that all mixed to your liking, we're going to take a chicken thigh and we're going to dredge it in the oil. And actually, let me move this a little closer. Okay. Go ahead and get it all covered. Look at that, nice and golden. So good. All right. Oh, guess this maybe fell off that other one, but there we go. And like I said, you want to try to make sure that there's space in between these. These are going to be a little bit crowded in this batch. These thighs are a little bit bigger than I anticipated. But that's okay. They'll still cook. The nice thing about chicken thighs too is if I cook them, the recipe that I use calls for 30 to 40 minutes. So if I cook them at 30, stick the meat thermometer in there and they're not done, you can easily go another 10 minutes without worrying about drying them out. That's one of the reasons I'm not using chicken breast for this. Chicken breast is nice because it's all lean and all that good stuff, but because it has no fat, it dries out so easily. But with chicken thighs, they've got a little bit of fat, and that little bit of fat helps to keep them moist as they cook, which means you can cook them a little bit longer without worrying about drying them out. So there's that. That's all set. And I've actually made a bit of a mess of my hands. So once you've got the chicken in your casserole dish, oven preheated, you're going to leave it uncovered, put it in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. And like I said, stick a meat thermometer in there if you're not sure, check it. I'm going to go about, well, these are kind of thick. I might go about 40 minutes. So we'll go about 40 minutes, pull them out, and I will show you what they look like when they're all done. I've got a rice cooker here. I'm making brown rice to go with the chicken, and I will also probably make some peas to go along with it on the side. The sweetness of the peas is a nice complement to the curry. So that's probably what I will make, provided that I have some. I'm pretty sure I do. So I will see you guys in about 40 minutes. Thanks. All right, so it's been actually probably about 50 minutes or so. I did end up cooking it a little bit longer than I had originally anticipated. So I think I cooked it for about 40 minutes. And then once you take it out of the oven, you want to remove it from the casserole dish that you're in and put it on a plate and cover it with foil. Let it sit for about 7 minutes. That allows all the juices in the chicken to spread throughout the tissues. Go back where it's supposed to be. So there we have it. Our chicken nice and cooked. One thing really important, when you put it in the oven, leave it alone. Don't keep opening the oven to peek at it, see how it's cooking, all that good stuff, because you're letting all the heat out and then the oven has to sort of reheat itself. So the consistency of the heat isn't the same throughout the cooking time. So don't open the oven until your timer goes off. Take it out. Check the temperature then. If it does need to go back in, go ahead and put it back in, but try not to open the oven. So I've got here rice, and I did make peas. I just added a little bit of mint to my peas to give it a little bit of extra flavor, and really honestly it's as simple as cooking your peas and throwing some either dried mint or fresh mint in with it when you're cooking it. So I don't know, as you can see here, if you can see this very well, the chicken has a nice brown color to it from the curry and from the roasting process. So go ahead and give it a try here. Nice and tender and juicy, which is always good when it comes to chicken. Get a little bit of rice with it too. Absolutely perfect. There's no dryness in this whatsoever. This, I think, quite frankly, is the way I will make chicken from now on. It's nice, again, like I said, nice and moist. It's soft. The flavor is throughout the whole chicken. So, I hope you guys give this a try. Let me know if you use different spices. Like I said, you can cook almost any kind of spice with this that you want. I've done the Chinese 5-spice this way. I have done, like I said before, Italian seasonings. Pretty much whatever you can think of. I'm planning on just doing this with barbecue as well. Because the baking process, it just, all the flavors mingle together. The juices all mingle with the flavors, and it just... that was something settling in the cupboard. The juices all mingle together, the flavors are all perfect. So you absolutely cannot go wrong with this. And the minted peas, I know I didn't give you the recipe for this, but I basically can of peas, frozen peas, whatever you want, throw in. Again, I don't do the measuring thing very often unless it's a recipe that I don't know. If I'm making it up on my own, I just sort of throw things in. So I think I used maybe, I used one of those serving spoons, or not a serving spoon, spoon that you eat with, about a spoon of dried mint in with a can of peas, warmed that all up together. The sweetness of the peas is still there, and then the mint adds a nice extra flavor in the background. And then combined with the curry, it just, the flavors just really lend themselves to each other really well. So, again, if you give this a try, let me know. I would love to hear how things turn out for you, and if you use different ingredients, or if you have a recipe similar to this, but you do something different, I'd love to know. So, all right, that is that, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.